Okay, so we're late on this one, man. It's Ren Animal Flow. Lots of people have been requesting this. Just to let you guys know, if you guys want to watch Ren Sick Boy, you can watch it on the Sphere. I'll leave the links down in the pinned comments and the description. The reason why it's on the Sphere is because it came through as a priority request. If you join the Sphere, you can also put a priority request through, and those will get done because that's the only place I will be doing requests from. So, yep, completely up to you. If you'd like to join the Sphere for a small fee, you absolutely can. If not, that's fine. At least go and join the Fable Community. That's completely free. It's just a little platform that I'm trying to get the community together, which is sort of outside of YouTube. Right, in Ren, Animal Flow, man. Let's see over here. Lots of people have been requesting this. Let's see what we got over here. Let's go.
Animal flow. You're in the mind of a cannibal king, where chaos and anarchy roam, and trouble is bubbling under the skin. A certain insanity shows whenever I pick up.
What's it saying on the wall there? 4 legs good, 2 legs bad. No animal shall sleep in a bed. No animals shall drink alcohol. No animal shall kill any other animal. All animals are equal. Alright, so they've kind of established kind of like a little club and their sort of 10 commandments here.
And trouble is bubbling under the skin. A certain insanity shows whenever I pick up the mic and begin. Whenever these words that I write with my pen come alive, they ignite like I pulled out the pin. Animal flow, out in the jungle, I'm ready for war. I'm beating your brains with a bat, I'm swinging it back and it's spooky.
I love the depiction over here of the dogs playing poker. There's actually a famous painting of dogs playing poker. I'm not sure. It's somewhere. It was painted somewhere in the 1800s. It was kind of the depiction of that painting was basically the capitalistic notion of like the dogs, the guys at the upper echelons of society, who are just like gambling with everybody else's wealth, essentially. I think that's actually what it is. It's basically, it was supposed to be a parody of the rich, right? Just playing with society's money because they just have that privilege. So I like the fact that it plays into the sort of like the elite club. So he's saying like, okay, it looks like what he's playing into over here is that, okay, so they've got this elite club of animals, right? But he's playing this into a flow. So it's like my animal flow, right? Which is wild and it's very unorthodox. And I'm the king of this, right? I'm not like everybody else, which kind of tying that into societal aspects and tying it also into an industry music sort of aspect, where it's like, I'm completely different, I'm the king of this, right? And every other animal sort of bows to me. I like that. I like the fact that he's created kind of like a cultish feel around this, very artistic.
In your brains with a bat, I'm swinging it back and it's spooky, your bike is on board. Lord of the cannibals, bro. A murderous mind that you can't ignore. I wait and react with combat on the counter attack. On the king of the jungle, I roar. Animal.
They all play to this tune.
Animal flow, I'm the flow CEO. I've got mountains of murderous rhymes.
Mountain volcanic, I blow and cause mayhem and panic. There's nowhere to run from my mind. I'm an impassable foe, never slowing, just growing and flowing with intricate lines. Yes, I will dig in my teeth when I bite like a beast. Blood, I drink it.
Fire, bro. That entire scheme, it was just in a proper insane pocket over there. Just the way he sort of emphasizes, I'm the CEO of this flow, right? And then he goes and he tells you why he's the CEO of that flow. Like his mind is different, his flows are different, his rhymes are different. Everything about him is, again, just so unorthodox and so different, right? That he's in his own club and he kind of owns it. He's like the kingpin of his club in this rhyme game. Love that.
Volcanic, I blow and cause mayhem and panic. There's nowhere to run from my mind. I'm an impassable foe, never slowing, just growing and flowing with intricate lines. Yes, I will dig in my teeth when I bite like a beast. Blood, I drink it like wine.
Animal flow, out in the wilderness I will be king. Sit on my throne, I'm the Lord of the Rings. Out on my own, I'm a terrible thing. Animal skins over.
I actually was kind of like sort of trying to think about, there were the 2 reptiles in the bathtub as well, and from there, I kind of also thought, like, would that be part of the animal? We're talking about mammals essentially. Would that be part of his animal kingdom? And now over here, with them sort of like jumping on him, and he's kind of like feeling a bit uneasy and kind of feel like he's going to be taken down and thing. It's like, it's kind of a representation of the cold-blooded industry, the cold-blooded sort of artists that are out there that are trying to sort of like take him down and consume him. It's very clever. So it's like the snakes and the reptiles and things like that. It's like these cold-blooded people, right, who are out to get me, but yet I can shake them off, essentially. I think that's where he's playing with it. It's like, I'm warm-blooded, I'm predatorial, I'm far greater than this. You can nip at my ankles, but there ain't much more you can do.
Sit on my throne, I'm the Lord of the Rings. Out on my own, I'm a terrible thing. Animal skins over my shoulders like bling. They will be clothing my sins. I came to win over and over again. I'll take your life with a grin. Animal. Animal.
I love the representation of the cats on the washing machines, because kind of you think about washing machines, you kind of think of like a whirlpool essentially, where there's like a certain flow. It's like a consistent flow, which kind of like alludes to the fact that he's purring on this. You know what I mean? So you kind of get that flow playing into the water of the washing machine and that consistent circular motion. And it's kind of like, I purr through this, right? And even when they're doing this, it's like consistent to the actual beat. So they're giving you that consistent feel and that clean cut sort of like feline purring motion on this beat, essentially. I'm not entirely sure if that's what it would think, but that's where my mind went with the cats on the washing machine, right? Where I keep it clean and I purr through this with my flow, which is the washing machine. It's very, very cool.
Animal. Mary had the little lamb whose fleece was white as snow. It made the blood look so much redder when I slit its throat. Watch it drip, drop, till the ground was soaked. Oh, Mary, Mary, quite contrary how the blood it flows. Horrific explosion.
I love the fact that he's controlling all of this. I love the fact that scene over there, Mary had a little lamb whose fleece was white as snow and the blood will show. So he kind of flipped up that nursery rhyme, and he's sitting there at the bottom of the stairs, and that's probably why he's wearing a white suit as well. It's like, I'm a cannibal and I love to see what I devour. I love to see the artistic notion of, you know, this blood that will splatter everywhere. I want that to define me, right? But I like the fact that it almost feels like he's conducting. Kind of feels George Orwell to a certain degree with Animal Farm. Mr. Jones, who's the guy who actually runs the farm. It's not a far cry from that, but I kind of feel like, you know, he's in this sort of situation. He's the shepherd, and his shepherd dogs go and herd the sheep for him to sort of cannibalize. But he runs this game, right? Again, all in the premise of, or in the umbrella of the rap industry, right? Or of the music industry, right? He's kind of like defining himself in the music industry, saying, my club is a very different club, right? I cannibalize this industry, right? Where that's why we are sort of an underground elite group of people. I'm an elite kingpin in this game, which I think is a very, very artistic way of saying that I'm playing the same game as you, right? But this is my kingdom, right? It's kind of saying like, yes, he's playing into the fact that he's also like an upper echelon elite, but in the flow game, which I think is very, very cool. But I like the tie-in between society and the music industry, because a lot of what he's depicting over here can play into the societal aspect. You know, can play into the capitalistic sort of like gentleman's club, which like cannibalize everything and commoditize everything and monetize everything, right? And he's saying, I do the same thing, but I do it only with my flows. Like that.
So, oh, Mary, Mary, quite contrary, how the blood it flows. Horrific, explicit, I feel parasitic, acidic, I'm eating your flesh. Don't fidget, I'm livid, not mentally with it, I get kinda sick when I'm stressed. I am the I am the storm, I am the fury, I am the scorn, I am the belly, I am the beast. Yes, I am, yes, I am, yes, I am.
I like where he's playing with that, where he's like, I am the I am the storm, I am the eye of the storm, I am the belly, I am the beast, I am the belly of the beast, right? That's the actual line, but he's like split them up essentially. So it's almost like he's putting like a double, he's emphasizing it even further by making those two splits, like in terms of like splits into I am the eye and I am the storm, I am the eye of the storm. So he's basically saying there's more power to me because I'm both of those elements, even though those elements are meant to be are basically one and the same. I like that a lot. It's very, very clever, right?
Livid, not mentally with it, I get kinda sick when I'm stressed. I am the I am the storm, I am the fury, I am the scorn, I am the belly, I am the beast. Yes, I am, yes, I am, yes, I am, yes, I'm an animal, yes, I'm an animal, yes, sometimes the things I say are irrational, yes, sometimes the things I do are quite radical, yes, I will be waging war on the capital, yes, I will burn the houses of parliament down, cause hypocrites, they burn quite easily, wow, burn and pillage it all to the...
What did he say there? What did he say there?
They are irrational, yes, sometimes the things I do are quite radical, yes, I will be waging war on the capital, yes, I will burn the houses of parliament down, cause hypocrites, they burn quite easily, wow, burn and pillage it.
See, again, that just plays straight back into George Orwell, right? It really does. And also that's just alluding to the totalitarianism of governments, specifically today's governments, right? Where it says, yes, I will burn down the capital, I will wage war on the capital or burn down the parliament buildings because hypocrites, they burn easily. Wow, right? So almost the way he's playing into that is so clever. It's such a political statement where he's literally saying that these people that will be complete hypocrites, they'll say one thing and do another, right? Because they love their idea of champagne socialism, where it's like, you know, one rule for all of the peasants, but a different rule for me, right? It's like it's okay for everybody to share in their misery as long as I have my champagne socialism, and I just put out there to say, well, we should all be equal, but not me in the highest in my ivory tower. Right? This yacht that I have, that's to serve you. This private jet that I have, that's to serve you. No, we are equal. I just get these things to serve you because I need to get to meetings quicker. And my yacht, I need a yacht, right? To like rest properly so that I can serve you. The hypocrisy he's playing into that is actually very, very, very cool. And sort of like in his kingdom, he's calling that out. Very, very cool play.
Yes, I will burn the houses of parliament down, cause hypocrites, they burn quite easily. Wow, burn and pillage it all to the ground. Your illegitimate king lost his crown. Animal flow.
I'll burn and pillage it all to the ground. Your illegitimate king lost his crown. Fire, bro. Fire. So he's almost saying that you really have no say in the system, right? He is illegitimate. I'm telling you that he's illegitimate, right? You think you voted for him, but did you really? Is the system not just designed all the same? It's all one game, right? And we're all just pawns. The whole system is corrupt. I like that. I like where he's so clever, so poetic. Let's go.
Show no mercy under my rule. I won't be kind, I will be cruel. Down on my foes in a paddling pool. Yes, I'm tyrannical, bro. So never mistake, I'm man for a fool. I'll take your ignorance right back to school and teach you a lesson for testing my cool.
Animal. That is such a clever representation.
Yes, I'm tyrannical, bro. So never mistake, I'm man for a fool. I'll take your ignorance right back to school and teach you a lesson for
This over here is so clever, like as he comes out of his club, I'm not entirely... So firstly, if you look at actually all of the animals that were in his club, right, were all like sort of power animals, right? There were dogs and there were wolves and there were things like that. And all of the animals that he controlled, even with like the lamb on the sheep, all, you know, had like a leash. So it's like he controls the more submissive, weaker animals. So as he comes out of his club and he goes into society at large, you see again the weak, submissive, easy to kill animals consuming their own, which is such a very clever way to play how society sort of comports itself at the moment. Like we're happy to consume each other, right? For a narrative, for a belief, for an ideology and things like that. And he's the kind of person where he says, like, when I come out into this, I'm going to show what actually happens. All you people out here are consuming each other. You people are being absolute hypocrites, right? It's very clever the way he plays the submissive society in relation to his sort of like more dominant club, essentially, where he says like he is powerful, and it's kind of like going back to again an Orwellian thing, where it's like, you know, you got to crack a few eggs to make an omelet, essentially. But he's also playing that into one of George Orwell's most famous quotes is, yeah, that's also fine, but where's the fucking omelet, right? Look at society today. Yes, you got to crack a few eggs to break an omelet, but where's the fucking omelet? And it plays back into the Soviet ideology of it, and now what's becoming a very dystopian sort of society in the West. He's sort of depicting that as well in terms of we're going into like totalitarian type democracies, right? Where we all consume each other for ideologies, essentially. And he's got his own little club that he flows in that can sort of like call all of that out, but then playing it into the music industry and then flipping that into a political statement, but a very, very clever, thinly veiled political statement that you'd have to sort of look into. This whole song is read in between the lines here, right? That's what I think, but that's often what it is with Ren. He's so clever, he's very artistic. I love what he's doing over here, man. Let's go.
Testing my cool.
Animal.
It's crazy that he has even all the submissive animals, even like, again, this just plays in. I'm not entirely sure if the whole sort of design or the thought process or the inspiration of the song came from Animal Farm, because it feels very Animal Farm-ish, essentially, where he runs the farm. And in Animal Farms, obviously the pigs run the farm, essentially, when they take that over, right? So he's just basically saying that all of these people, once you take this, submit to me. It's a very, very clever thing. I'm not entirely sure if I've packaged my thoughts around it. I'd have to listen to this like twice or three times again to sort of see if I can sort of make my thoughts a little bit more coherent and sort of articulate my thoughts about this a bit better. But those are just my initial thoughts on the actual song. Mr. Jones in Animal Farm was also an alcoholic, and he's doing that with I don't know, maybe that's a stretch, but anyway, that was fire. A lot was said there and a lot wasn't said there, and I think what wasn't said is what was most powerful in this song, personally. Anyway, you guys let me know what you think, and I'll catch you on the next one.